The English Podcast by Ecsplicite. Hello and welcome to the episode. My name's Lawrence and today we travel east to India to hear from our colleague Anne about Holi, the Festival of Colour, one of the ancient traditions in the Hindu calendar. Holi, which takes place this year on March the 8th, is a playful celebration every year that marks the change of season, amongst other things, and where love and laughter enables everyone to forget their troubles and enjoy themselves. So to begin with, we have the following question for you as you listen to the episode. Amongst the many things you're about to hear, Anne talks about the current Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi. Is it because A, he opens the festival, B, he may be a VIP, but he's just like everybody else during Holi, C, he has a special colour associated with his status, or D, he's associated with the festival because of his origins? Well, if you listen out carefully, I'm sure you'll find the right answer. So let's hear now from Anne, all about Holi.
The Festival of Colour, or Holi, is a wonderful festival which is celebrated in March, normally at the beginning of March each year in India. And if you have ever been in India in March, you will not have been able to miss this wonderful festival because it's celebrated all over India with loud music and hilarity and great fun and games. So what happens is that in the early morning, anyone who goes out on the street or even wakes up early and goes out into the garden or the courtyard is at risk of being coloured by a variety of coloured powder, and it's not just put on your face, it's put all over your body. So your hair could end up pink, your face red, your body green, your hands yellow, and at the end of the day you have to wash it off, but sometimes the next day you still have that colour because it's difficult to get out.
Anne talks about the hilarity, a very funny situation, of a tradition where people throw coloured powders over each other.
So why is this festival celebrated? And it's because it's an ancient tradition in India, and the meaning of the festival is actually a very deep one and one that we can use for our lives. And because at Holi, only on that day in India, anyone can throw colour on anyone. So if the Prime Minister of India, Mr. Modi, were to go in a village, he would be coloured by anyone, by a child, by a grandmother, by a student. He would have colour thrown on him. And the meaning of this, the significance is that, in fact, we are all equal. As people, as souls, we are all equal. So even though somebody may be a judge, a lawyer, or a barrister, or a doctor, on Holi, he is equal to a small child, and he can be coloured by a small child. So you can imagine that in the villages and in the towns, as people are walking through, suddenly somebody will appear in front of them and throw colour on them. And nobody gets upset. It's great fun.
So nobody gets upset. In other words, nobody is unhappy or disappointed. It's just great fun throwing colour at everyone. A barrister is a lawyer who represents clients in the higher courts of law. And Anne also talks about equality of people as souls. And here she's referring to their life force, their spirit or innermost being.
And at the end of the day, everyone is completely coloured. The thing you have to look out for, nowadays, if people don't have any money to buy the colour, they might decide to use a cow pad. So while I was living in India, I didn't go out to the villages on Holi Day because I didn't want to end up with a cowpat on me.
And not surprisingly, Anne wanted to avoid the cowpats, which is another word for cow dung or feces.
The second meaning of the Festival of Holi is that Holi in Hindi means leave the past behind. It means past is past, don't think about it anymore. So with the welcoming of the spring comes the Holi festival in the whole of India, and it's one of the happiest festivals of the year. So if you're going to India and you want to go in March, be aware that you may have to change your travel plans if you're going to be traveling during Holi festival. Happy Holi!
So Anne shares with us two other ideas associated with this ancient festival. The idea of spiritual equality and that of leaving the past behind. So this spring festival, like so many others, is linked to the idea of renewal and a fresh start. Let's go over the vocabulary again. Hilarity means a situation in which people laugh and think something is very funny. If you get upset, it's because you're unhappy or disappointed because something unpleasant has happened to you. A barrister is a lawyer who represents clients in the higher courts of law. A person's soul is their life force, their essence or inner spirit, and a cowpat is another word for cow dung or feces. And on that note, let's go back to our question, which was, if you remember, why does Anne mention Mahendra Modi, the Prime Minister of India? Is it because A, he's the one who opens the festival, B, Holi is about equality, regardless of how important you are, C, colours are associated with people of different backgrounds and social importance, and D, Mahendra Modi's origins are very close to the festival? Well, the answer is B, because Holi is a reminder for one day of the year at least, that at the innermost spiritual level, we are all the same. So if you happen to be in India this week and you're out and about, prepare to be covered from head to toe in joyful colours of the rainbow. And when you are, just remember to send us a selfie. You may even run into Anne, though you might not recognise her at first under all the coloured powder. Thanks for listening. And bye for now.